The following video will not contain any spoilers for the Elden Ring DLC. It is simply a guide for the final area and how to get to the final boss of Elden Ring. We've all been there. In the final stage of Elden Ring, Enir Ilim, there's a lot of very difficult enemies and small mini-bosses that make the area extremely difficult to navigate. In this video, we're going to show you a guide on how to get the boss arena and some tips and tricks to navigate these enemies. Starting from the very beginning of Enir Ilim, you're just going to want to run straight forward. For some parts of this video, I am going to speed up the running parts when it's very easy and straightforward. As soon as you walk up this area, you're going to find the first enemy, who is also a high-level enemy. It is a golden bird thing or whatever. The easiest way to first pass him is to hide behind the statue while he runs at you and just dodge past him once. You can run faster than he can, and as you run up the stairs, you can get away and get to the first grace. The first grace, all you're going to need to do is turn right in this hallway and make a small U-turn up the steps to your left, and there is the first grace of the Enir Ilim. For the next part of this run, the easiest thing that I found to do was to take all of your armor off. By taking all of your armor off, you can be a light load and you're significantly faster. In this part, there's an enemy that summons circle things that come up from the ground like tornadoes, and they do a lot of damage and they stun you. But I found that when you're a light load, you're so fast you can actually outrun the placement of them. You may get clipped by a few of them, but it makes this part significantly easier. You're going to start by running out and turning left and jumping onto the roof. I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part because it's also straightforward. You're just going to run straight back and go up the stairs on the left. Once you've gotten to this point, you're going to run into an electric mob. Now, if you walk along the side here and crawl as long as you can until he sees you, this makes it so you're a little closer to him and you have more sprint. Just by running and sprinting to his right and dodging his first two attacks, you can usually get far. Now, this is where the guy who summons the circle things is, and as you can see, I'm significantly faster than his spawning. I did get lucky and my message got appraised here, which does help a lot, but after a few tries, it's a lot easier when you're so much faster than them, and you can see I'm easily outpacing all of the circles he spawns. This is going to take you to the next grace up in this room where there's also a cross for Miquella. Right here is where I'm going to go ahead and put my armor back on. My character has a very high equip load, so I put on the Great Jar, which I got in the DLC, and Lionel's armor so I can take a lot more damage. Obviously, some people may not be as high level as I am, but the highest level damage negating armor that you have is the best. There's many enemies here with holy damage attacks, frost attacks, and lightning attacks. It's just a lot easier if you have the most defense you can. You're not going to go up the stairs. You're going to jump out of this little window right here and run along the side of the roof. Running along here, I prefer to walk up until I get to the roof to save my sprinting because there's going to be 3 birds here that are very frustrating. They shoot a lot of magic stuff at you, and as you can see, it's very annoying. In this area, though, if you are heavily damaged, there's a nook right here you can hide behind and heal a little bit. I didn't need to, but I wanted to show you guys. Then you need to jump off the roof through this little gap here, and here you're in another area that's pretty low. There's not a ton of enemies. I'm going to just real fast run through here and go up the stairs. Up here, there's going to be another one of those lion elemental enemies. This one is going to be a frost. This guy does have a one-hit attack that I cannot figure out how to dodge, but here he does not do it immediately, which is lucky for me. This allows me to jump up the roof here, go straight, and continue on by jumping back into the building and going up the stairs. And right here is going to be the final trick that I use to get past this enemy here. It is another one of the elemental lions, but this one is the wind one. By sitting here and simply just waiting for him to come to you, which I'm going to speed up here, it makes it a lot easier. The reason this is so much easier is because most of his attacks are close range, and since he's closer to you, it gives you more time to run around. And as you can see, when he first sees you, he's going to start his animation. But if you start sprinting as soon as he does this, your stamina is not actually going to go down because he's not even attacking you yet, which is going to give you another 20 or 30 yards out in front of him. He does have a couple of ranged attacks that he can hit you with and you may die. For example, in this video, I actually did hit in the back with one of his weird spinning tornado attacks right about here. But overall, it's a lot easier to get past them. You can heal up, and this is going to take you to the first race. Now, this isn't quite the boss fight yet. You have one more boss to fight here. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to do any spoilers. But once you beat this boss, the very next room will be the final boss of the Elden Ring DLC. If you guys like the video, please consider subscribing. Drop a like. It's a lot of fun making these Elden Ring videos for you guys. You seem to love them, so we're going to keep them coming. And like the video so other people can find this, and hopefully it can help them out in their run. Thanks for watching.